President Trump has vowed to remove barriers stopping America from being the leader in artificial intelligence development. In one of the president's first executive orders, he called for a review of policies and regulations, which he says could slow innovation. But AI with no guardrails is alarming to Christopher DiCarlo, author of the book Building a God, and he joins me for tonight's interview. So, Chris, we talked about this a couple of months ago, but remind me or give us a sense of what you think unbridled, unregulated artificial intelligence would look like.
Yeah, it would. The metaphor is it'd be like you're driving in a really nice fast car towards the edge of a canyon, and the view just keeps getting better as you go. So it's going to be very alluring because AI is going to develop a lot of really novel things that will help us make our lives better. But on that way, on that journey, on that path, we're going to be developing really, really powerful systems, so powerful that we're not exactly sure what's going to happen when they come into being. And that's what worries us.
Right. So it coaxes us into the canyon. Why do you think that AI tech leaders who had gone to Washington and said, please help us control this thing, essentially paraphrasing there, why do you think they've changed their mind on regulations?
There's a number of reasons. The most obvious is the bottom line, right? Money is usually the central motivating factor. There's a lot of investors, right? There's a lot of money involved in having one of these organizations, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, Meta, maybe even xAI, get to the holy grail of AI, which is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And they're all racing to get a hold, to be the first to get there, because there's a bit of that kind of, entrepreneurial spirit, frontier kind of, I was the first to get there. And also it's very much driven by the bottom line. What
do you make of the vice president's comment that, quote, we have to be leaning into the AI future with optimism and hope?
I mean, that's good intentions, right? Those are great intentions. It's who's kidding who? I mean, J.D. Vance was one of, Peter Thiel's boys with the PayPal mafia. So, of course he sides with wanting to drill, baby, drill. And I get that. But you can't do that just because you want to make America first, or you want to beat China, or, it's good for the economy, or whatever else you want to do to, fill in the blanks there. You have to do it with the consideration of what this could potentially lead to in terms of dangers if we go outside the guardrails too fast, too soon, and too much.
We have a little less than a minute here. Remind us here at the end what that means, because your book argues essentially once you go outside the guardrails, you can't go back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the genie will be out of the bottle. Just imagine something incredibly powerful that we've never built before, that this system, this machine, is godlike in its ability to understand how the world functions. And it's going to have enormous power and capabilities. We've never been at this point in our lives, in our history, ever. And now all of a sudden we're going to create this enormously powerful machine, turn it on, and hope that we're going to be able to control it or contain it.